Hello everyone, greetings from InUni UK. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. My name is Degina Weatherill and I'm the Director of Recruitment within InUni UK division, a company of global university systems overseeing international students recruitment for a number of our partner universities. Today, I'm extremely excited to talk about our premium partner university, beautiful Canterbury Christchurch University. And you can also see a Canterbury Cathedral in my background. That's where the graduations take place. Today, we will be talking about one of the exciting, I think, subjects at CCCU, which is business, hospitality, and tourism management. And we will be covering both undergraduate degrees and postgraduate degrees as well in this subject area. And I am joined here by Dr. Shola Oshinaike, Principal Lecturer and Section Director for Tourism, Hospitality and Events. And as always, joined by Richard Benner from CCCU, our International Business Development Manager, and our colleague from InUni Marketing Team, Sukanya, who is helping us to run this webinar. Just few housekeeping rules before we start. You're all on mute. If you'd like to ask any questions, feel free to do so. Just pop them into the Q&A section. So that's Q&A section rather than chat section. And we will take them from there at the very end of the webinar. So I really hope you can stay with us till the end. We also will record this session. So in case if you miss anything, we will share the recording with you later on. Other than that, sit back and enjoy. And I really hope you find this webinar useful and inspiring. Thank you. And it's over to you, Dr. Shola.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Yes, if you can just make it as a slideshow would be amazing, please. Thank you. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us for this wonderful afternoon, talking about an interesting topic of tourism hospitality events in CCCU. My name has been introduced as Shola Oshinaike, and I'm the Director for Tourism, Hospitality and Events, where I oversee both the undergrad and the postgrad studies for all tourism-related courses, hospitality events within the business school in Canterbury Christchurch University. So today I'll be giving you an insight into all our courses, as looking at our undergraduate courses and our postgrad as well, even up to PhD level if you're interested in research or topics seeming in line with tourism, hospitality, and events. And to start with, I would like to show you briefly our team. So here's our team member, and on the slide you'll see the names and research interests for all the lecturers associated with this subject area. So you'll see that we are vast in our areas of studies, and we are active in terms of publication, in terms of industry engagements, and we look widely in terms of things that are happening within the tourism, hospitality, event sector, higher education globally. So we contribute to research, to knowledge exchange. We contribute to different research projects and collaborate with different partners or academics across the globe. So here are some of our expertise and some of the things that we do. And I'll quickly move on to talking about the subject area itself. Tourism, hospitality, event sectors are quite broad, and they are part of the service industry. And as a result of that, they are quite interesting area. I believe that everyone, one way or the other, you go on holidays, you travel, you go out to eat, you go to events, be it cultural events or any type of event, social events, weddings, and all of that. But behind all these things are people that develop and bring about the coming together of people for social interaction. And for this to be able to happen effectively, one of the key areas is getting educated in that area of study. And that is why tourism hospitality events is really interesting area of study, because it engages with people and is more interactive, creative, where your action and passion can actually be brought to life. And even talking about our contribution to the economy as well, not just in the UK, but looking at the global economy. So tourism hospitality events are one of the largest contributor to the global GDP, contributing 3.5% in 2019, and much more recently as well. More so after COVID, when we realized that it's important for people to socialize and to interact together. So that is where tourism hospitality event actually comes in, the interaction, the socialization. And I believe some of us actually missed this during COVID. And that brings to life in terms of the importance of this subject area. So the umbrella that you can see here actually gives us a breakdown in terms of when we talk about travel, tourism, and hospitality. We look at the travel area. You might be interested in things like airline or working within the airport area, or maybe in different travel destinations, maybe visit Kenya, visit South Africa, visit India, visit UK, visit England, and all of that. You might be interested in different destination management. And to do that effectively, lodging, which is your accommodation, is really important. All these working hand in hand nicely. Lodging and accommodation, which is really important in terms of where do our visitors stay? How do we manage them? What type of lodging is important for us? Is it luxury? Is it budget hotels? What exactly do we really need to do? And to achieve this, most destinations accompany this with events. So we have some events, maybe cultural events, some things that bring people to different destinations. It might be sporting events. We know that a lot of people go to different sporting activities. And we have maybe cultural events, maybe things like royal wedding in the UK some years back. All these do bring people, visitors to different destinations. And as part of it, as we all know that we are all social beings and we all like to interact, food is one key area that brings us together. So going out for a meal together is really important. And that is why studying these courses, looking at recreation, looking at restaurants, is all about looking at how we can manage people coming together, interacting together, and working together for excellent services for all our guests, be it popular, celebrity, or normal guests that you have. How do you interact with all this? And that is just giving you a brief overview of what the subject area is all about. I will quickly go into what we do in Canterbury and how we make this to life for you as well. Canterbury is an interesting place to live. We're just talking just shortly before the webinar starts, talking about the different things that we have around here, the beautiful places. We live around the coast, and we're so fortunate to have different things around our area, the seafront and all the popular places that you would like to live and to visit. So studying in Canterbury actually makes you to feel like sometimes you're on holiday, but actually you're studying. So it's a fantastic place to be. And CCCU is actually at the heart of Canterbury. We are right in the city center of Canterbury. And just for you to know as well, we are situated in the World Heritage Site. And that makes it really important when we talk about tourism subjects, because a lot of people travel to different World Heritage Site destinations. And for studying in this place, you are right at the heart of it within Canterbury in the UK. So it's an important place for you to study tourism, hospitality, and events. And why come to CCCU is really important. I'll try to give you some statistics and some facts about studying with us. We are actually ranked 5th when we talk about graduate prospects in the UK, and 8th overall. So we are within the first 10 universities for this particular subject area. So studying with us, you'll be studying with people, you'll be taught by lecturers, academics that are actually have vast understanding, knowledge, research background, and publishing as well. So as a result of this, they know what they're talking about. They know well about the subject area. We are all researching into that area as well. We are ranked 22 overall, and this makes us the university really on top grade as well for our subject area. Our teaching and research is really good in terms of student feedback. In the UK, there's what we call National Student Survey, where students give feedback about their learning in different universities. We are ranked 87%, which is really, really good. You can see some of the awards that we've won in terms of student survey and student contribution as well. So studying with us here at CCCU will be a good place for you to study, and there are lots of things in place for you. So I would like to go through some of the specialist activities that our students engage with in the course of their study with us, be it from undergraduate to the master's level. So we have residential trip in year 1 of study for undergraduate students, and everybody goes to Tenerife for 1 week, all included in your student fees. The only thing that you will probably have to do is to pay for your lunch, and maybe if you want to go out for a drink with your friends. But for your flights, your accommodation, your breakfast, dinner will be covered by the university. And this trip is actually to get you as tourism hospitality event students to see what is happening in different destinations. And going to Tenerife, we'll go to the mountainside. If you can see my pictures to the right of my screen clearly. So we go around Mount Teddy. We go to the museum, Carnival Museum. We visit different places to actually be able to engage with the destination and understand and be tourists for that particular week in Tenerife. So our students also, especially if you're studying tourism and hospitality, particularly, you also have another trip, international field trip to Malta, where you consider Malta as a destination, international tourism development in Malta, and you look at how all this is actually shaping the tourism destinations in different parts of the globe. And as I said, this will also be a free trip, all inclusive in your student fees. So for the event students, if you're studying events, instead of going on the trip to Malta in your second year, you'll be staging Green Festival on campus, where you take the campus to life for that particular day. You arrange different things. You can see the bottom part of the first 3 pictures, where you have some of the activities put together by our event students. So it's really important because we believe that it's all hands-on. It empowers you. It engages you. You're not just sitting in classroom talking about the theoretical aspect of it, but we are actually bringing theory to life by helping you to understand and see beyond what is happening in the classroom and engaging you to do different activities. The tourism hospitality students, the hospitality students in particular, you work with revenue simulation. And this is more like what hotels and restaurants use to be able to manage their portfolio, to understand how many customers are coming, how are they performing in terms of their finances. So you'll be working on different case studies and different things. So all these actually help you to work in line with different things along your subject areas that interest you, that we are preparing you for when you graduate and the world of work. So all students in our second year, they work on projects, life projects. Shortly, I will show you some of the previous organizations that we've worked with, and I will talk more in detail when we come to them. There are opportunities to study abroad as well as part of the package, the study package, and we all encourages our students to work with. We have the tourism events up, where we work with different industry on different projects as well. And from time to time, we get some projects to work with, and we encourage our students to work with us. And lastly, on this slide, I'll say that we publish with our students. So some students carry out fantastic research at the end of their study, be it undergraduate or postgraduate, or their PhD research, and we publish with them. That is sharing knowledge and bringing knowledge to life as well, whatever the different topics. There's one that I'm working on currently, is looking at cultural festival in Nigeria, the Ojude Festival, and how we look at how that is impacting or contributing to social economy of that particular community. Yeah, so here are some of the pictures that we, just to interest you a little bit more. You'll see some pictures where we have some dressing up. This is an example of going to Tenerife, and we go to the Carnival Museum in Tenerife. We normally go there a week before the next carnival, and the Tenerife Carnival is the second largest carnival worldwide. So you'll be able to see all the costumes, all the different things that has been showcased in the year before, previous years, and you'll be able to participate in it, dress up and see what the events actually look like, which help you to think about if you want to put up a carnival, if you want to do maybe a cultural event, what are the things that should be at the forefront of your line or your agenda. Also, as hospitality students, we go to vineyards, and where you go to different restaurants, hotels. And in this particular case, you go to vineyard, you have wine tasting, you have tours, and around the vineyard, from picking the grape to actually fermentation and bringing the wine to life. So it's all about processes, and we take time to actually engage your thoughts, your mind, and for you to be able to see how these processes are done, so that when you get into that level, you'll be able to do much more. And as I said, we engage so much with industry. We know that working in this type of subject area, we need to have the industry understanding of what is going on. And that is why one of our colleagues work with Light Show. So we have some events, Light Show, and it's a popular thing in the UK as well. You have Light Trail, maybe during the Christmas festival, and all of this, getting people to think about doing events in different ways, especially when it's dark, when it's cold, and nobody really wants to go out. How do you actually get guests, get participants, get people to visit your destination? So we visit different wedding venues or different event venues as well. As I said, we go to different wine venue, and every year we have students conference where we have our all our students from first year to PhD students all together in the room, and we get industry practitioners talking to us about what is needed or what are the skills that are really expected of graduates when you finish studying with us, so that all these things can be tailored and be put as part of the curriculum, as part of what you learn in your 3 or 4 years with us in the university. And as I rightly said, we've worked with different organizations in terms of employability or work-based projects. So we've worked with Visit Kent, Visit Canterbury, Canterbury Festival. We've worked with Deal Music, so they organize music festivals and all of that. The TFA events, they organize like marathon run, and our students have opportunities to volunteer, to get experience, work experience as well. And this actually helped them to not only study in class, but to see how, when I finish my study, these are some of the things that I really want to do. So in most cases, is to tailor the area of interest in your area of passion and to tailor it to what is really interesting for our student. So we have Dreamland, which is one of the oldest visitor attraction in the UK, is at our doorstep here. We work with them a lot as well. So we have a couple of, we have another castle that we work with. So here are examples of organization, restaurants, restaurant chain that we work with. Opus is a restaurant chain. Green King is a restaurant chain as well that we work with. And it's good for you to get experience and for you to get involved in terms of what is happening in the industry. So I will quickly go through our undergraduate courses. So for 2025-26, we're going to be looking at 4 different undergraduate titles. It's BSc in International Tourism Management, BSc in International Hospitality Management, or BSc in Tourism and Hospitality Management, which is a joint honors between tourism and hospitality, and we have BSc Events Management. So quickly, I will show you some examples of what the curriculum looks like, what you'll be doing from year to year. And one key area, there are some overlaps. So I'm just going to talk about, when I go on each screen, I'll talk about the uniqueness of each of these courses. So starting with this, when we talk about developing academic and professional skills, we realize that students learn differently and they have different backgrounds because our students come from different diverse backgrounds. And as a result of that, we develop inclusive approach to learning where we give opportunities for people to thrive and to learn in different ways. So we go through the different things that will help you to thrive in the university. So take, for example, how do you write essay? How do you write reports? How do we guide you to be able to write things accordingly? How do you ensure that you're not plagiarizing or copying work? We support student through in all these areas. So you have one key module that dedicated to actually helping you to understand the skills that you need for your academic career and for your professional career as well. We look at the introduction to tourism hospitality events where we actually talk you through the difference between the 3 subjects, the uniqueness of combining them together, what makes them unique on their own, the different types of tourism, be it film tourism, dark tourism, be it in terms of destination management, or hospitality. We know that that is quite broad. Some people are interested in resorts, hotels, restaurants. So we go through all the details with you. An event in particular, I remember most students, when they walk through the door during their induction week, and you ask them, what sort of events would you like to organize? Say weddings. And it's most popular areas when they talk about wedding. But giving them 3 years in the study, wedding becomes, okay, I like to look at the cultural aspect of it. I like to look at a massive event or experiential events. So their terminologies, their change, their understanding as well will change. So we go through all the different types, and looking at this in your second year, I've talked about the projects that we work with different industry. In the past, students have been asked to come up with maybe heritage trail for people in a particular destination, or maybe for them to think about events. They've worked with events, pop-up events. They've also worked with maybe hospitality sectors where you design what other things. So take, for example, castle, the Leeds Castle, the student developed glamping as one of the alternative ways to accommodation. And that's been taken on board by the organization. And now we have glamping at Leeds Castle. So we go through all the different things. Cultural heritage and attraction management is really important in their third year as well. Placemaking for tourism students, you really want to understand how to make a destination, a place a destination, and for people to really want to go to a particular destination. So in terms of hospitality, there are some things that you still cover that overlaps. But in terms of the hospitality one, you have hospitality revenue management. And that is where you work on simulations. You'll be given a case study of a hotel, a case study of a restaurant to work on. You have gastronomy and menu design. We look at food around the world, and we try to understand where different food comes from, food miles, food waste management. We design menus. So you might want to design India menu, Pakistani menu, or African menu, or menu that suits your different customers. So we look at all of that, and how do we market it? Marketing experiences for our guests. So tourism and hospitality combine the two, and in this case, you'll be having international tourism development and revenue management. You have different things that help you to understand that. And lastly, looking at our event management for our undergraduate courses. In your second year, you'll be staging Green Festival. And we will pride ourselves in saying that we're one of the universities that actually ensure that students have gone through sustainable event execution, implementation, from planning to implementation during their studies. So this event on campus, you liaise with suppliers, you liaise with different parts of the university, risk assessments, you do everything as in the case of a proper big event when you graduate. So in your third year, you'll be looking at international events, and we know that there are a lot of international, be it sporty events or business events that are global, and people do travel from different destinations for that purpose. So this will give you a flavor of what we cover in the first 1 to 3 years for the undergrad. And in terms of postgrad, we have two main courses for our postgraduate subject areas. We have the event and tourism management. And in this case, you'll be designing event design and production. You have to look at the creative aspect. We'll give you a blanket space. You need to come up with what will be the best way to design events in this particular space. And we're just trying to use a lot of simulation and virtual reality to bring things to life. So you'll be looking at visitor management, creative destination. How can we create a destination, create something for people to actually do? And in our on our master's program as well, we have applied consultancy for students to be able to work on consultancy projects with different organizations. And the second PG course that we have is on international hospitality management. And you can see that global food and drink is becoming really popular in terms of we need to understand what is happening in the global context. You look at hospitality service experience. How do we provide service experience for global visitors? And one good thing about this subject area is you might study in the UK, but work maybe in France or in the US or in Botswana or in different parts of the world, because the skills that you gather is applicable to different aspects of this of the tourism or hospitality sector. And one particular subject that we'll look at is looking at strategic resources management, where we look at the resources of an organization, be it human resources, financial resources, customer as a resource center for your organization. Technology is one big area now. There's no how we'll talk. I will not talk about AI and how technology is quickly advancing. So we'll look at all this as part of the resources of an organization and what is expected and how organization can strategically work together to leverage what they have to get what is important for them as an organization. And also there are opportunities for people to do their masters by research, where you decide to just go through the research portfolio, select a particular topic that you want to look at, and you'll be able to do that within a year of study, look at a particular topic and put in your proposal when you can have your master's by research instead of master's by thought program. And lastly, in terms of our postgraduate studies, we do PhD. And like I said, most of my colleagues in tourism hospitality events within the business school, we publish, we research, we are research active, we engage with literature and with things that are happening in the world around us. So we're happy to be able to supervise students and support them through their journey in terms of PhD studies as well. And having talked you through what we offer, I will quickly talk about some of the ways that we actually work with our students. So every student is allocated a personal academic tutor, somebody that will be there to help you, to support you, and to help you in your journey, be it 3 or 4 years or a year or a master program with us. You have somebody that you can talk to. You're facing challenges, something is not going well, your academics is not going smoothly. You have a named person that you can talk to. We have craftily tried to ensure that our lectures stays within 3 days a week. We know that students these days work, so it's been carefully planned to give them some flexibility to work and some flexibility to be able to work on their assessments and to be able to work on their different projects as well. So we use the learning materials on Blackboard. Our virtual learning environment is available. We populate it with a slide, with activities, with things that need to be done before the lectures. And you get information, emails, contacts through our Blackboard activities. As I've said through this webinar, is all about being creative. We want students to bring out the best out of all our students. So creativity, what is it for you when we talk about being creative? What can you do? What can you do differently? So take, for example, in a particular module we have where they do the entrepreneurship module, and having to get some students to think about a particular business that they want to put together. And one group actually came up with waste no food. That means all the leftover from farmers and all of that can actually be used to provide food. So it's thinking in a different way, not something that is unique to yourself, and helping you to channel that energy to bring it to positive engagement in classroom. So we engage with technology. You can see students engaging with their VR sets. We get them to visit different destinations while in classroom. I remember one particular case where one international student from Pakistan was actually feeling homesick. And by using the VR set, he visited one popular destination in his country. And after that, he was so much in tears, saying, I was homesick before coming to class today, but using the VR set, I felt so closer home. And that is how technology is actually helping us to see something that is far off. You talk to the student, where are you now? They'll say, I'm about to enter the pyramid in Egypt. I'm about to do this, just by using technology to travel to different destinations. So we engage with Padlets where you can store your information, and PebblePad as well. They are good tools for our students. You can see some example of visiting vineyards where you can have a tour around the vineyard in terms of grape selection. And here, looking at events impacts and talking about events in different ways. Simulation is really popular, bringing to life different case studies. And we've talked about field trip. That's really important to us as tourism students, hospitality events. You visit different places to know how it's done, and this can be applied in your future opportunities. Guided learning, as I said, we are supporting our students and we will support you to go through all the different stages, the things that you know previously or the things that are new to you. You will be supported in all of this. And at CCCU, we pride ourselves that we are members of different higher education members in terms of our subject areas. With Association of Tourism in Higher Education, we've hosted the conference a couple of times. Association of Events Management in Higher Education, with Hospitality Management in Higher Education. We are a member of Institute of Travel and Tourism, and this actually keeps us current, fresh, and abreast of what is going on around us, so we know what is happening and how we can contribute. We contribute to this week, for example, a couple of my colleagues are at the Atlas conference, and in the next couple of weeks, myself and other colleagues will be in a global conference in Portugal. So we engage with what is happening in the sector. We engage with what is happening. We present and we present our work, research papers as well. As I said at the beginning, tourism hospitality event is really an important place to work. And I believe that as statistics shows us, 1 in every 4 jobs is within the tourism hospitality event. So that means in every household, we will probably have somebody working within tourism, hospitality, be it restaurant, bar, cafe, hotels, or event center. 1 in 4 to 6 people work within this sector. As a result of that, there's always job. There's room for career progression. There's room for career opportunities. Here are some career opportunities, especially for graduate opportunities that we signpost our students to maybe apply towards the end of their career, that they can actually get on the ladder within the tourism hospitality subject area. Within the university, we have different student support mechanism. You have student disability service that help our students. Not every disability is visible that you can see, but we support our students no matter how small or big, whatever the challenges they might be going through. We have the well-being support team as well that support our students. There's career and development that signpost students to where they need to be. So there are so many support systems within the university that are there to help you. And we believe that with your personal academic tutor or peer mentors, you're not left alone. You always have somebody to speak to and somebody to guide you throughout your course of study with us here at CCCU. And in the university, there are over 90 clubs. So there's social life, there's life for you outside academics that you can explore. You may, if you're good with sports, netball, football, you can engage with that. There are a lot of different exciting programs, live performances, especially with media and all of that. You can engage with that. A lot of sporting activities. So there are a lot of things, extracurricular activity that you can engage with that can help you and enhance your study as well. So briefly, I'm going to leave you with a couple of what we call alumni success story. We have some of our students that have graduated with us. If you look on our social media page, you will, if you follow us on CCCU THE page, you will see some of the we're posting some of our alumni, what they've achieved when they've graduated with us and what they've done. And so it's really important, and we'll tell you that the success story is amazing. Our students surely get jobs because the subject area, the industry is popular, and there's always room for everyone. So come and join us in tourism hospitality event. Is a growing industry, and we can see how we are contributing to global GDP, and we expect that the industry will continue to grow, and we would like to see you as part of our students and part of the tourism hospitality event industry in the near future. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
That's fantastic presentation. Thank you so much, Dr. Shola. Probably one of the best presentations we've had. I really enjoyed it myself, and I think I want to be a student now at CCCU studying tourism and hospitality management. So many exciting trips as well. I think it's a great incentive for international students to join those programs and to gain some hands-on experience as well, and to travel a little bit too. It's quite exciting. Perfect. All right. Before we jump into questions, I just wanted to remind to our partners, the GAS Gateway portal is still open for September 2025 applications. So please do submit them as soon as possible. Now that we are in June, it's getting a little bit busier, as you can imagine. So the sooner you submit your students' applications, missing documents, arrange consultation sessions with the team on the ground, the better, because we would be able to process your students' files to the next stage of the admissions process, to the unconditional offer letter. If you already received unconditional offer letter for your students, please do book precast interviews at the soonest, because like I mentioned again, it's getting busier and slots are becoming a bit limited. So we want to make sure that your students have that slot at the soonest. If they've passed the interview, please do arrange the cash deposit and also complete CAS request once the tile is open. CAS is already being issued since the end of March. We are seeing a good turnaround time in terms of both CAS issuance and actually visa issuance for the UK, which is amazing to see. So it seems to only take a few days in certain markets, even less than that, to receive your visa to come and study in the UK. But the closer we are getting to the start date of the program, the turnaround time may increase a little bit, because obviously UK VI home office is getting busier as well. So we want your students to avoid any delays and to make sure that they receive their visa, book accommodation, book their flights in advance, because that would be also cheaper than booking them last minute, and to arrive for inductions on time, and maybe even earlier. Now it's summer in the UK. It's a great time to explore beautiful Garden of England, Kent, where Canterbury is located. Excellent. I'll stop talking now. Let's see if we have any questions, and we'll go from there. Right. Are we going to receive this webinar recording? Yes, absolutely. So that will be shared with you. We are also live on in Uni social media channel. So it's on Facebook. So that will be, the link will be also shared within a follow-up email we send out. So you can watch it back from there as well. Okay, will be great, so we can present it with the team. Yes, absolutely. Please use our webinar recordings as much as possible. We do strongly recommend it to share with your team, if you're education partner, or with your students as well, in case if they miss this webinar and they are interested in applying for one of the subject areas at CCCU. Perfect. Could you please clarify the eligibility criteria for overseas travel opportunities? Are these opportunities available to all hospitality students, or is it with certain GPA or academic performance required to qualify? I think Dr. Shola, that would be for you. So is there any specific eligibility criteria to have those overseas trips, or is it open to all students who enroll onto one of the programs?
If you are enrolled on that course, tourism hospitality events, you are eligible to go on the trip. And one thing that we've noticed is the fact that though through in the last couple of years, we have some students arriving late, international students, and it's impacting on them to get their visa to be able to travel, join the trip. So we've actually moved the trip now to be much later in the year. So it will give them enough time when they come into the UK, instead of going in January. So we're looking at going February, March time. So giving them enough time to process their visa and to be able to join the trip. So for you register on the course, you are eligible to go on the trip. So that's the only caveat. So not anything, but if you're registered, it's part of your learning, it's part of your modules, it's part of your assessments, so you are eligible. And one funny thing is we have some international students, they are now in their second year going to the third year. In their first year, when they went to Tenerife, because the visa was given for a duration of time, after they came back from Tenerife, they arranged a visit within themselves. They went to France for a week. You're still using their visa. And in their second year, when they went to Malta, they arranged another trip to another destination. So it's an opportunity for them to be able to travel and visit and see different destinations as part of their studies.
Fabulous. That's really good to know. Thank you. Right. Does the MSc program require background in hospitality, or is it open to all various backgrounds for students?
It's open to all. So you don't have to have studied hospitality or tourism or event before. We start from the basis and we get you up to speed.
Excellent. So students with any background could potentially apply. I guess if they are changing their subject area, it would be great to highlight it within their personal statement. Yeah. So just to ensure that they show the passion for the subject area. And also if there are any study gaps, it needs to be clarified within the CV as well, because CCCU does exercise flexibility when it comes to study gaps, but any study gaps would need to be justified within both CV, personal statement, and also if they have been working, for example, it would be good to have reference letters as well. Excellent. Right, which partnerships does CCCU have with hospitality businesses or hotel chains? I think there was a great slide during your presentation on various opportunities open to students, so maybe we could open it again just to demonstrate, because
okay, so let me reshare my screen.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And also, whilst you're doing that, just to highlight to everyone, we do strongly recommend students to register with the Career Services Department as soon as they enroll onto the program. So that will give you a chance to attend various workshops, to work on your CV, to ensure that you boost your confidence a little bit for the interviews, and obviously will provide you with a list of opportunities that Career Services team has. CCCU also arranges regular career fairs, which you are encouraged to attend, and that's where you can potentially meet your potential employers, promote yourself from day one, and grab those opportunities of internships, part-time jobs, or perhaps full-time jobs upon graduation as well. All right.
Okay, so the question is in terms of hospitality opportunities. So we've worked with a Grand Hotel before. That one is not in the picture. And we've worked with a Cave Hotel as well. So we've worked with some other restaurants. Opus is a restaurant chain in the UK. Green Ken is a restaurant chain pub in the UK. Shepherd Name is a restaurant chain with brewery in the UK as well. Canterbury Brewery, they have their own restaurants. They have their own brewery as well. So we work with different. Barserv is an event, pop-up event center. So they go to different destinations in the UK and just come up with events. Canterbury Festival, we have annual festival that they do in Canterbury. that lasts for like 3 weeks. So there are different activities. Wine Garden of England, that's one popular thing with the UK, with Kent. We are called the Garden of England. So looking at the wine garden, we're looking at, this is looking at collective of wine wine producers in the UK, in Kent itself. So I think about 6 to 8 of them come together, and it's just more like an association of wine producers. So here are some examples of not all. Portlim is a hotel, is also a visitor attraction and resort center. They have weddings as well. Eastbridge, Canterbury is hospitality and is pilgrimage hospitality as well. And it's been for years, since 19th century. So it's good. They now recently opened their room for accommodation, cottages. So you can book a cottage and spend time in Canterbury. So yeah, we're working with different organizations, different opportunities that will give you work experience or opportunities to work on life projects.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, some great names here. And yes, I've been to Portlim, for example. It's a great place where you can actually have a real safari experience too. And it's in Kent, which is amazing. Great. Okay. Does this program incorporate any hospitality technology or systems like Micros, Amadeus, Opera? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Opera, yeah. Okay, we talk about hospitality technologies in class, and one technology that we really use is in terms of revenue simulation, and that simulation will help you to look at all the as a manager. So I always say to students in class, you've been given a task as a consultant to work on this particular organization, is a low achieving hotel. So you are now given this case study to work on. You have all these briefs and you have week by week activity to say, if I improve my facility this week or this month, what effect will it have on my revenue, on my customer perception? And these are the things that are similar to Opera and all the other technologies that has just been mentioned. So similar cases.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, one of the course modules named Residential Field Trip, one within Bachelor's in International Tourism and Hospitality Management course. Is it a trip within UK or outside UK, and what benefits students might get from it?
So that particular trip is the trip to Tenerife. So it's outside the UK at the moment, according to what we have in the curriculum. But we understand that some students for some reason, they are not able to go to Tenerife, maybe medical issue or some other reasons. So we'll develop something locally for them to be able to engage with. So the trip is to look at different destinations and how tourism has evolved over time, and maybe looking at the environment, the impact of tourism on a particular destination. So during COVID, we couldn't travel, so we look at Canterbury, we look at Brighton, we look at Chester, we look at similar cities, and they're able to compare in terms of different destinations. But mainly, yes, it's a residential field trip for you to go to a particular destination. And in this case, it's Tenerife for the time being, yes.
And that's a lovely location to go to be honest. I love Tenerife. Great. Do students get a chance to design, work on any events for the university or outside as a part of their program?
Yeah, so in some cases, when student union have something, we get involved. Our students do get involved. So we have a couple of our students that organize like international food fair, international cultural day with student union. We had a couple of our students that did that. We have one thing coming our way next year, May, that we have an event that will be hosted, European event that will be hosted in Canterbury. on our doorstep with CCCU hosting some of it. So our students will be helping, and that will be an opportunity for job experience as well. So we do from time to time engage with different, so we get organization contacting us. We have this opportunity, will your student be interested? We'll put the opportunities on Blackboard for students who are interested to email us. And if you email and you get in touch with, we get in touch with the organization, is a good way for voluntary opportunities or work experiences for our students.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. All right. So in terms of the study gap accepted for both UG and PG, we would recommend 5 years for UG, up to 10 years for PG. But like I said, the university does exercise flexibility. However, any study gap, however long it is, needs to be justified within your CV, even if it's a few months or a year. Your CV needs to be up to date, even if you were preparing for IELTS, for example, after your studies. So you just need to include it within your CV. And if it's a longer study gap, also justify it within your personal statement. If you've been working, then please do arrange reference letters as well from your employers. Okay, does MSc require background? So as it was mentioned, you don't have to have a background. Of course, if you do have it, it helps. But if you don't, again, there is a flexibility. The university can consider students with other backgrounds as well in their bachelor's degree, but do ensure that you again, explain it within your personal statement to demonstrate passion for your chosen subject area and explain why you have chosen the subject area, how it would help your career as well. All right. Bachelor's in International Hospitality Management, year 2, showing 3 core modules and 3 option modules. How many option modules students need to take from 3 optional modules at year 2? It's like a tongue twister, sorry.
So there's no optional modules for us. They are all core modules. So what you have on the screen are core modules. They don't have optional modules. So you have to go through all these modules in your year 1. This is semester 1. This is the bottom half is your semester 2 modules, and the top half is semester 1 modules. So you have to do 6 modules in total at 20 credits each. That will give you 120 credits for each year. So you have to do all these to be able to achieve your qualification.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I think with that, we've reached the end of questions. So perfect time management. There was a question also in terms of the entry criteria for specific regions. If you reach out to our team on the ground, they would be happy to assist. So depending where you're coming from, entry criteria may vary, also depending on the program you're applying for. But please do ensure you reach out to our team on the ground in case if you can't find this information on CCCU website. Relevant country pages, they would be happy to assist and to guide you further. If you do have applicants where you're not sure whether a student can be accepted or not, you can discuss it with our team on the ground or simply submit the application via GAS Gateway. Our in-uni admissions team will normally make an assessment within 24 to 48 hours, so you will know whether your student can go ahead further with your application. And just as a reminder, once again, please do try to submit a complete applications, meaning all documents included where possible. I appreciate some students might still be waiting for IELTS or another English test, or maybe they're waiting for their school or bachelor's degrees, certificates, transcripts. That is fine, but do try to submit as many documents as possible. So passport, for example, is a must. Current educational documents so that our admissions can make an initial assessment. Personal statement, CV, please ensure that personal statement is unique to a student. It needs to be written by students themselves. The feedback we've been receiving for some of the applicants that personal statements might be a little bit too generic. So please ensure students did write personal statement. They're not plagiarized because obviously we can't tolerate plagiarism, and they elaborate on their, course they've chosen, they've done enough research on the university, they explain what their future career plans are, why they want to study at CCCU, etc., etc. And if you have already submitted applications, like I said, please arrange all the missing documents and consultations booking. I can't stress it's enough. The sooner you arrange your consultation bookings, the sooner you will know if your students are able to progress to the next stage of application, which additional documents might be needed, and also we will be able to take your case forward for the unconditional offer letter as well. All right. Do we get the recording? Yes, so we will share the recording and the presentation as well, so you can go through it once again. And please also check out in Uni CCCU Facebook page. We normally have recordings stored there live, so you can always revisit that. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Scholl. I really enjoyed this presentation, and I hope we will have more students studying your subject area areas in September. So if you are our educational partner, we look forward to receiving your students' applications and missing documents. If you are a student coming to study at CCCU this September, we really look forward to welcoming you very, very soon. Stay tuned for more webinars to come. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Sukanya.
Thank you.